Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit or Zappy here, back again with the start of a brand new show that I'm going to be reacting to, and for the second time this week as well, because earlier in the week on Wednesday I started Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, and now taking a new time slot, which is on the Fridays, as you can tell when this obviously episode goes up, is going to be Blockade Battlefront. And I've had to record this intro like 20 times because I keep saying Blood, Battlefront, Blockade. And when I've been referring to this, like that I've been, going to eventually react to this, when I've been referring to it in the past few months, I've said Blood, Battlefront, Blockade. Oh, God! It's all mixing up in my head. And I know for a fact that multiple times during this, during the reaction to this show, I'm going to be saying that, and I'm going to be getting it mixed up, so I apologise. Just know that I obviously don't mean to say it that way, right? You don't have to pick me up on it every time I fucking get it wrong. It's just such a mouthful to say. It's probably easier to refer to it in the Japanese, which is like Keiken Sessin or something like that. I don't know what it is. But anyway, regardless, we are going to be reacting to this show in the English dub. That was by the request made by the God tier patron that ended up requesting the show. So yeah, if you don't know, you can become a God tier over on my Patreon and request a show for me to react to, and I will react to it. So yeah, he requested that we do this in the English dub, and it seems as though pretty much across the board that people say that the dub for the show is like better than the actual, like the Japanese and the English sub. So I mean, good, great. I mean, I love basically showcasing the English dub for shows. That's the reason why I do some of my shows in dub. If they have a good dub, then I like to showcase them. So yeah, and this is going to be another example of that, I'd imagine. So yeah, Blockade Battlefront. Let's get that right. So yeah, episode 1 goes out to everyone. All right, everyone gets it the same day, which is today on Friday. There is no early access for episode 1. However, if you do want to gain access to episode 2 immediately after this episode, then you can become an early access tier patron and get access to it a week early. So you'll get access to it right now if you want. But if for whatever reason, if you can't subscribe to my Patreon, if you can't afford it, whatever reason, then next week Friday, that's when episode 2 will be released to everyone, the public, and then every Friday continuing on from that, it'll be 2 episodes. Okay, so in 2 weeks from now, episode 3 and 4 will be released, and then you can gain early access to 2 episodes a week, which it'll be 5 and 6 after that. So yeah, if you want early access, then obviously the choice is there. There's also full length there. The links will be in the description for everything, including the reaction as well, because I do believe this show will be picked up for copyright if I put the footage in YouTube. Okay, so it's going to be over on my website. So yeah, we're going to get access to episode 1. I mean, I don't know anything about this show. The only thing I can really gather from it is like the title, which is Blood. So I'm guessing there's going to be some violence in this. Blockade. I don't know what we're blockading against, and Battlefront. So I'm guessing there's going to be fighting, and to what degree, I don't know. I don't know if it's a shonen or what. So I guess we're just going to have to get in episode 1 and see what we get. So yeah, if you do want to go watch the reaction, like I said, link is in the description below, and the link to the full length there will be there. If you do want to watch it in full and not just the 10-minute version, then the choice is there for you. But yep, without further ado, we're going to get in episode 1 and see what Blockade Battlefront's going to be all about. So yeah, let's go. Okay, episode 1. That was chaotic. Like, it never stopped throughout the whole episode of just shit that, like, God, like, it's something that I need like world building on. I need more information on why things are the way they are. But I think this, like episode 1 of this, it's supposed to be chaotic. It's supposed to be so... I mean, the whole thing of like... Well, specifically like the sort of, I guess the next episode preview or whatever, I'm going to have as the guest that Femt, the guy who, he's going to be doing the next episode previews or whatever. King of Depravity. And he's talking about, like, expect the unexpected, and that, like, everything in this magical, sealed area that took over New York, which they call Hell Salem's Lot, that it's like another dimension, that it works differently. So I'm guessing everything in regards to the blood technique thing that they've got going on. I don't know if that is just specifically for Libra that can do this, or what. I don't know. Or if when you're in this space, you can use your own blood to, perform some kind of magic with it, and then that's what allows them to do it. If that is the case, but maybe it's like you have to use your own blood. So in a way, it could be similar to like Demon Slayer and the demons with their blood art. And I mean, I was wondering when the whole blood technique thing first came about with Klaus, and he basically just destroyed all of those fucking all of those mechs. I don't know if they were manned or not, and I mean, I don't know if anything. It seems as though it's weird. It's like a place where anything goes, but there's still. I mean, the thing that caught me off guard really the most was the fact that there was a SWAT team known as the HLPD there, which I assume is like, it'll be Hell Salem's lot police department. So they have a police department, so there should be laws of justice, I assume, but then you've got like Libra, who, I mean, they were described as sort of like a team of supermen, that they're kind of like there for like, to keep the peace, just, to keep things from like going too far, but then things just go too far anyway. Like, I don't know, because what is it that they are like saving, The questions that I have so many, like these like different species, are they specifically from this other dimension or not? Because there was that whole thing at the beginning with like the president and everything like that, like meeting one of them, and it's like, well, I thought they described the Hell Salem's lot as an impenetrable fog, but you must be able to get in because Leonardo did, right? But he has those eyes though, and that the eyes must have allowed him to get in somehow. If he was the only one that was able to get in, but I don't know, like the fucking demons and everything like that, can they get out? Because there was that thing, the what they referred to in the subtitles. I don't know if I'll have the subtitles on for the actual, like in the reaction. I don't know if I will or not. I think I'll put them in and then just let me know if it's, if you want them in there or not. But it basically gave up the name of the thing, and it was called an anomaly. That's the thing that gave the choice of the eyes and whatnot to take from the other and everything. But the guy who was talking towards the end, which I was like, I recognize him. That's John Michael Tatum. He's like my favorite like English voice actor. He's so fucking good. He played Ocarine in Steins Gate. He does Tenya Ida. He does Commander Irwin in the dub for Attack on Titan, which overall the Attack on Titan dub isn't all that great, but I mean, he like Irwin is like the best one, I'd say. But like, he's so good. He's such a great voice. So they've got some talent in this. They also have I had to look up this one. So this was Trina Nishimura. She was also alongside John Michael Tatum in Steins Gate. She played Makise Kurusu. So, you know what I mean? They've got some good talent in here. And the fucking animation quality is really, really good. And this is for like a show that I don't think has ever been that big. I mean, because I've never really heard of it before, So, and, but like the quality behind the show was really fucking good. Like, some of the animation, man, like especially in the Zap fight, that was like really fucking good. So yeah, I mean, when he was talking anyway, the guy who John Michael Tatum was voicing, he said, so the kids got the all-seeing eyes, so they know about it then. They know what it means, and I wonder if this is why he is being like tracked down. Because at the end of the episode, there was a kid behind him who smiled and it's like, I finally found him. Even though he seems like just a normal kid, Leonardo isn't all that special aside from the fact that he has these eyes. So there has to be a way of people knowing about the fact that he has those eyes, or like this a way to track him. Because the monkey, I think it seems as though the monkey, which was, it was all set up by Femt, specifically stole his camera for a reason. Like, they must know about, they know about the fact that he has the eyes, or is in somewhat, because it's like everything happened almost perfectly for him. It was almost like it was set up beforehand, like he needs to meet Libra. And this whole thing with like Johnny Landis, and it is him. It's just upside down. And it makes me wonder if, with this being an alter world, so another dimension, if that was actually him in another dimension. So if Johnny Landis is actually Leonardo, but from another dimension, that's why they got mixed up, That's what I'm thinking it is, anyway. And with it being upside down, I wonder if that's telling of something. Like, if it legitimately means it's like this alternate dimension of Hell Salem's Lot is literally like, it's like New York City, but like, like the opposite and in chaos. Like, I guess the closest thing I could ever relate that to is being the upside down in Stranger Things, right? Like, things are like, can be the same, but it's like you're in a, like, things are set out the same, but it's clearly different. It's like you've entered like another place. So I wonder if, I guess that this whole thing's going to end with New York City becoming, like, getting it back again and Hell Salem's Lot disappearing. That, the buildings that are just being absolutely demolished and everything, the chaos that's going on in Hell Salem's Lot, once all of that is like gone, I imagine New York City will be fine when it because I just feel like it's what we're witnessing with all the chaos and everything is happening in the other dimension, but it's in the place of where New York City is. So I think New York City will be fine if Hell Salem's Lot does disappear. And I think it's got to do with the eyes. Like, the eyes are clearly, I mean, with the guy being the protagonist, and it just being happenstance that he joins in, and he's got this power that is able to, I mean, he basically used his eyes to look into that monkey and disable the gate thing and get that basically out of the monkey's head, and now it's his pet. And I feel like he was able to enter the dimension because of those eyes. There's definitely something that's like a building from that, and I don't know if the anomaly is like a being that, because maybe it's a being that tries to keep everything balanced, like kind of keep everything right with the world. So if he came out to give the eyes to someone, right, the anomaly in my head would know that the eyes were needed in order to make things, like, put things back to normal. But in order to have the eyes, there must be a sacrifice. So it could be a case of, after this whole thing ends and he uses the eyes and it like sends things back to normal, that the sister, Michelle, that's the way you pronounced it, right? Like, she might get her eyesight back. Or there's this whole thing of miracles that seem to be like, they were talking about how that's a possibility and stuff. I mean, I would think that she would have to actually be within Hell Salem's Lot in order for one of these miracles to happen. I would assume so anyway. but yeah, I mean, it's just a crazy fucking a crazy intro to a show because there's just like so much shit going on and like the amount of questions that like for all of this like how does all of it work? I don't know. I assume that this is like the likes of the blood techniques and everything like that are only viable in this place and it can't be done outside of. But I don't know. I mean, it's just the whole thing at the beginning with the president, like, and meeting one of these otherworldly species. I mean, that's not in New York, like the White House isn't in New York. It's in Washington, right? So they would have to get out there. Or is it a case that, like, it's taking place within the real world, but within the real world there are humans and then there are just other species of different, and that is just a normal thing. I just don't know. I need these answers. I need them. What else? So yeah, we've got. I guess we met the a bunch of Libra. Mainly Klaus being the leader. Chain Sumeragi, who is voiced by Trina Nishimura. Zap, who like I really like I said during the reaction, it's like like I was given a name, a sort of like a nickname a while back, which is Zappy, right? And I don't know where it comes from. I think it was just like a way of saying, because my real name is Zach, but and I don't know, it came from that anyway, regardless, I was given it by a bunch of people from my community, and then it kind of just stuck. So that's why at the beginning of every episode, like, I say, hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit or Zappy here, and he's called Zap, and it's not that far off, is it? I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think he's the greatest voice actor who's voice acting him, considering the talent around him, but I mean, he's had the coolest moment of the show so far. Like, that fight was definitely sick, but yeah, I mean, I need more. I need answers. That's what I need. But Leonardo Yates is an aspiring photojournalist, and the eyes allow him to see the likes of things that other people can't see. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a help to those who can't. And yeah, he doesn't like to kill. So I guess that'll just be down to the other members of Libra to do that. And he does like the main job of, shutting down gates and whatnot. I mean, that's what they were talking about, wasn't it? It's like gates. So if that's a way to enter and exit the impenetrable fog, then I guess that's the case. But I mean, this Fempt guy, I don't know if he's like, I mean, it looks like he's clearly being set up as like he's the main antagonist of the show, right? And he's a bit fucking crazy. But is he responsible for the reason why this is here? It seems like he has a thing, like a hatred for humanity. So it's possible he was the cause of this. Like, it could be a thing of like similar to it. Where it's like there's a purely sort of just evil force, which is it, and then on the other side there's the big giant turtle thing or whatever that's all a sign of good, and they're always like to like sort of balance and to cancel each other out kind of thing, and it could be that case of like Fempt is this being that caused all of this, and then on the other side you've got this anomaly who's trying to fucking undo the shit that he did. But yeah. the exact same thing as Code Geass, man, with the little sister being not only in a wheelchair but also blind. It's like exactly the same with Nunnally, and then he's got an eye power the same as Lelouch has. It's just like, it must have been taken from like inspiration. It must have. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to just to see more of the chaos unfold. I guess is what's going to happen, but I really like. I want an episode of just like dialogue about what the shit is going on. You know, I don't know if we're going to get that, but you know, as long as we get some exposition and shit on what's going on and how things seemingly work, you know, like just getting us towards that so that we can kind of get an idea of what's going on, then that'll be very, very handy. That'll be nice. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. So yeah, excited to get into the next episode. If you do want to get access to the next episode right now, then you can do by becoming an early access tier patron. You can get access to episode 2 right now. And also, yeah, there's full length for, you know, all of these episodes. So if you want to be a full length tier patron, then, you know, head over to my Patreon. There's also other tiers where you can pay to have a show reacted to as well, like this show. This was requested by a God tier patron, so you know, if you're a God tier, you can request a show and I will react to it. And yeah, there's also the link to my Discord in the description below. If you do want to head over there, then you can do. But yeah, nothing else to really talk about. That's it. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.